Hey, everybody, welcome to 5 Minutes with Brian. I am your host, Brian. Let me take these glasses off. They always shine the light coming in from the window. I've got a window in front of me. So, one of these days, I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys see what I see behind me. It's nothing too exciting. You can see most of the disaster that is my office. I need to really clean off this desk. It is just a mess. But thankfully, I don't really care because I'm sitting in here writing all the time or editing or doing whatnot. However, two things I want to talk about today. One, last weekend, Fright Reads 2023. Fright Reads is a show relatively new on the scene. They had a Saturday event, and then they expanded it to a 2-day event. Now, um, I'll be honest, things did not go great. The throughput was a little bit low. I don't think it had anything to do with necessarily how the show was being run. It was actually being run very, very well. Harry, who runs it, friend, does a magnificent job. He's a great guy. Works very, very hard. Is all in on this. So he's already planning Fright Reads 2024, and I'm going. I'm going to sign up the second they have it available. I'll be there. Yeah, no, we didn't get the numbers we wanted this year, but there's a lot of things that can play into that. Economy and how people are feeling politically and all this other stuff. Well, I mean, we were facing the barrel of a furlough, and we're having fright reads in on the East Coast, where a lot of people's incomes are tied to the government. It makes perfect sense that people would not be necessarily in the need or in the mood to shop. So, what else is going on? I want to tell you about a book. A book. Yes, I'm saying with the camera. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. Ready? Dun 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 dun. Here. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Oh wait, right. Turn around the right way. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Devil's Creek by Todd Kiesling. It's a book I've had on my to be read pile for a while, but it got sort of stepped over a little bit by, or get it back in frame. It got stepped over a little bit by publicists and whatnot, sending me books to read and things like that. So I kind of took my time to get to it, but I finally did. It's a hefty read. I got to be honest. It's not a short little read. It's let's see. I will tell you exactly. 394 pages roughly for the story, and then of course they got the acknowledgments afterwards. It's a hefty read. It's a good read. Todd writes in a style that I personally am not a huge. I don't write that way. I'm not going to say I'm not a huge fan of. It's very, very well written. Devil's Creek is well written. I'm going to give this book. I'll give it a solid. I'm going to give it a solid B. The only reason it doesn't get an A is for two reasons. One, the beginning is a bit of a slow burn for me. I like to jump in and then, boom, I'm suddenly thrown in the middle of the action. I don't like to wait for that, and there is some story development that takes place, and that's okay. That's okay. That is, it is still very much well worth the read. There are people out there that are going to read it and they're going to completely disagree with me. They're going to be like, "This is my cup of oatmeal." Great, great. If you enjoy it that much, terrific. I plan on reading the second book in the series. There's a couple of them that he has written, or second book that he's written after Devil's Creek. Planning on picking that up next time I see him at a show. Todd's a great guy, by the way. If you get the chance to chat with him a little bit, you certainly should. But yeah, it's a good book, well worth reading. Devil's Creek by Todd Kiesling. Go check it out. Let's see, what else am I talking about? I'm in the middle of sort of shutting down All Things Writing. I know this YouTube channel is All Things Writing. What I mean is the podcast, All Things Writing. I'm going to move all of my interviews and stuff over to YouTube. It's just a more practical way to do everything. It's certainly a lot cheaper for me in the long run, and it's a lot less of a heavy lift. I'm going to get away from doing the just me giving it advice interviews because I just don't have time. So anyway, all right, that's been 5 minutes with Brian. I want to thank you all for joining me. I am going to do a drunk Brian 5 minutes soon. I I have to do a little planning for that one. I've got to have a day where I can have a hangover. But anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.